Hello everyone and welcome. Today we'll be opening my Sparkfun Electronics box. Just got this in today. I'm very excited about it. Packaging, very exciting. List of all the parts. Know that you got it all. Very nice. Packaging. Let's put this off to the side. Oh, and let's get right to it. Start off with our first item. This will be our mono audio amp breakout board, and essentially what this is used for is it's an audio amp, so it takes an input signal and an output signal, but we give it a volume. You can put a potentiometer in there. It's like a variable switch, and it can power a simple 8 ohm speaker like this one that I already have right here. Very nice. And it can get power bigger ones too if I can find one. And so I got this because I thought I just wanted to give a little amplification to my audio projects because everyone likes more volume. And moving on, here is very useful for all those soldering people out there. It's desoldering wire, also known as soldering wick. And essentially what you do with this is you'll unbraid it and you'll apply it to the melted solder, and it will essentially just suck it all up onto the wire and help your joint stay nice and clean. So I got some of that. Very useful. And next here is our brass sponge. Very shiny. And this brass sponge, it can go in your soldering station, and it's a nice thing to do to get the solder off of the tip of your soldering iron so it stays nice and clean. And here we have some complicated chip, but essentially what it is, I'm not sure about the part number, but it's a 3 to 8 line decoder. So essentially I got this because it can take 3 input lines, A, B, and C, and translate that into 8 output lines. And so using basically on like the Arduino, for example, yay Arduino, you can take like 3 digital output pins, and I can use this chip and make that into 8 signals instead. So it's very useful for controlling large displays and such. And here I got stranded wire together just because that's useful for upcoming projects where I might need wire that's stranded together, and it was only 75 cents. I was like, when else might I need stranded wire? And let's see. Save the best for last. There's a lot of stuff in here. Yes, I've been wanting these for a bit now. This is a helping hand soldering station. And essentially what it is I'll open it up. Oh, it looks like some assembly will be required. It's okay. We all like some assembly. Here's a soldering piece for it. And here is the unit itself. So if I can straighten this all out. There we go. And looks as if this is how it works out, and I'll get the magnifying glass in later, but essentially what this is, I've been wanting these for a bit. It's a soldering station, a third hand as it's called, that really helps you out, so you can essentially use these alligator clips that are on it. Let me get them to swivel, there we go. And so I can clip the board here, and I can clip it over there, and now with all those troubling soldering parts, where it's like you need to solder something but you don't have to like tape it down or anything, you can just use this and it helps you hold it a lot nicer. So this is a very useful piece for me. And there's also a magnifying glass that goes on it, so you can easily see what you're working on much better as well. Let's see, moving on to some of our final items. This is, wow, a lot more than I expected. It's a shrink wrap kit, and essentially what you use this for is you can cut it, or you can just keep it as is, but if you're not familiar with shrink wrap, it's essentially these little strands of plastic tubing, and you put it over 2 wires, and you can essentially use a heat gun, like this one, and you can essentially apply the heat to it, and it will shrink. That's why it's called shrink wrap, and it basically gives you a solid connection. And like, well, here's an example of shrink wrap right here on something I'll be talking about in a bit. You can see how that forms that nice connection between this wire and that wire, and it makes your things look really solid and complete. And so I got lots of different colors of shrink wrap in here, and lots of different sizes. I got lots of black, even a few clears, some really thin ones, all sorts of colors. So this is a really nice addition for finishing up projects. And nearing the end, here's a hookup wire kit. This is very useful. Sparkfun, yay. And essentially what this is open it up, and we have 6 different spools of hookup wire inside. Yay, if you can see them. We have yellow, gray, red, white, black, and brown. And so, not only in addition to getting lots of nice different colors of hookup wire that I did not have before, in addition, when you close up the box, you probably don't want to toss the box out either, because there are these nice little slits over here, so you can keep all your wire contained inside and just pull it out through the slits and cut it off when you need it. So it's a very nice addition to get lots of wire added. And now for the final piece. It's something I was very excited about, and it's EL wire. And if you're not familiar with EL wire, I'll attach a link so you can see some information on it. And essentially what it is it's electroluminescent wire, and when I apply power to it, essentially this wire will light up and glow. I mean, it's very cool. So I have about a 10-foot spool here and another one here. I got 2. And this is it looks clear now, but it will glow a blue-green color. And here is the inverter for it, and it will take in, if I can get it open, anyway, it'll take in 2 AA batteries, and you plug in the EL wire strands here, and this button, it changes modes, because it goes from flashing, like a strobe, to just a solid on, and this essentially makes it so you can provide the right amount of power to your EL wire projects. And essentially what I want to do with this EL wire is, I want to make a jacket with it, with the EL wire attached to it, so I can basically have like a really cool jacket that like glows in, like has like glowing wire on it, kind of like a Tron-like effect. And I was going to use this for Halloween coming up, but not only that, I was thinking of having it for other fun events in the future, or just having a cool light-up jacket. And so that's all the products in this. We have an empty box now. Yay. lots of new products to play with, and I hope that you enjoyed this video, and that I can see you again next time. So, bye.